Jeff, how's it feel to be the coolest motherfucker on the planet?
I don't know, man. Why don't you tell me?
Welcome into the Bro 4 Squad podcast, where the snozberries always taste like snozberries. And right meow, we are going to review Super Troopers 2. I'm Matt, along with the mayor, Jeff Hornacek, grading this like we grade every movie on our 5 criteria: cast, story, best scene, impacts on pop culture, and rewatchability. So, let's throw it to the mayor with cast.
Alright guys, you know the cast of characters. Our Broken Lizard gang is back again. They do what they do, but any comedy sequel, as we know, is reliant on the new infusion, the new faces. And we did a pretty good job here. We got Emmanuel Shariki, Sloane from Entourage, Foyne.
Yes.
She could not say a word. I think no one would complain. Rob Lowe is fucking hilarious in this, as always. It kind of brought me back to Tommy Boy with his performance a little bit. And then a fan favorite, Kevin Heffernan, who plays Farva. I think he works in this because they don't give us too much of him. They give us the right amount. And then I always have to give a shout out to Stryker Brian Cox, who plays the police chief. He's always great because you need the straight man who just gets fucking pissed at all these lunatics around him.
So the Lizard Gang, they're all back, and basically, if you like the first one, they do the same job they did in the first one. They don't recycle jokes, but I think they all play very well. Jay, however you pronounce his last name, was fine. Steve Lemmy, I really enjoyed. Paul Soder was great too in this. And guys, we don't want to spoil this too much, but there's a lot of cameos in this that if you're a fan of the first one and you're in high school like us when you saw the first one, you'll very much enjoy. But like I said, man, they all did the role. No one really shined in this, but everyone was, I would say, B+ to A-.
Yeah, and definitely. To the cameos, not too many cameos. Some comedy sequels like Anchorman 2, it gets just like a little bit of a joke. How many cameos they have, I did not think that was the case with this.
Also, Will Sasso plays a Mountie. I actually enjoyed him. I know you didn't enjoy the Mounties very much. I actually thought he was pretty good in this. Yeah. And he's been in some other stuff too. Just Google him and look him up, but he's definitely been in some shows or movies you guys have seen. So going right into story, man, I'll say it. It's a stoner movie. We all know this, right? So it's brilliant yet stupid at the same time. Because if you've ever been in a pot circle, you say some brilliant shit, but then you also say some stupid shit. But sometimes you're so stoned that you can't diagram which is brilliant, which is stupid. But basically, this is stoner nostalgia to its T, which is right up the alley of the first one. I think it takes off right when the first one left off. I thought it was a pretty good story if you want to dip more into the story that actually happened, but that's kind of the overview of it.
I'll go real quick, because if you go to a Broken Lizard movie and the story is something you're looking for, I mean, you just don't fucking get it. So the story is absolutely ridiculous, but it has to be, and the Broken Lizard gang had an idea for a funny movie, which was Mounties versus Highway Patrol, and so I don't care how they got us there, because I thought it worked, and I thought it was hilarious and fun to watch.
If you've ever been to another country and you kind of talk to people that, I thought they did a great job, like saying, oh, well, all of Americans are this, or, you know, you're trying to make America great again, and then like, oh, all you Canadians are this. But they didn't go to, it wasn't like...
It was not political.
Yeah, it wasn't pleading you to vote a certain way, which I actually was kind of refreshed by. Whenever I heard that first joke, I'm like, oh, God, don't, you know, try to sway me one way or another. But yeah, it was definitely down the middle. It was a really fun watch. So, going right into best scene, what do you think?
Oh my God. So, there's a fucking hilarious scene in this movie where the 3 Mountie roommates come home and they have a huge argument during hockey night in Canada. And everyone knows you don't disturb a Canadian during hockey night in Canada. And their landline rings and fucking chaos ensues. And I won't say much more than that because I want everyone out there who's listening to this who goes to see the movie to enjoy it. But when that scene starts, just be ready to laugh your ass off because I was like crying in the movie theater.
That was probably the hardest I laughed in the theater. However, I'm going to go a different way with my best scene. I think we disagree on this, but certain circumstances happen and they steal the Mounties' uniforms basically because they played a trick on them, so they're getting them back. And they want to give them a bad name in the town, so they start doing a lot of their old bits. However, they didn't do recycled jokes.
Yeah.
Which was very refreshing. If you've ever seen Dumb and Dumber 2 or Anchorman 2, you're like, we've already heard this. We've heard this a million times. I've said this to my friends a million times. I don't want to pay $25 on opening weekend to hear this joke again. It was very creative. I felt it was very creative how they did it. And it was a thing that Super Troopers 1 was like, that was their thing. Like, their bits that they did because they hated their job and they just wanted to fuck around with people. And that was the only time you got it. But I think it was good that way because they did it in a creative way. It made sense. And they didn't shove it down our throats like, Dumb and Dumber. We're like, hey, they're still stupid. They're 45, they're still stupid. So that was my best scene. Go and see it. Comment below what your guys' best scene is. Going right into impacts on pop culture. Man, Jeff, this is a really good sequel. I know a bunch of people are kind of waiting for this topic. What do we think? This is a good sequel comedy movie, which is something hard to get right.
Yeah, we declared at the beginning of the year, if you go check out our 2018 year preview for movies, that 2018 was the year the comedy was going to come back.
This wasn't on our radar.
No, it was not. Yeah. When we said that, because when I first saw the trailer for this movie, and if you guys are out there and you saw the trailer, you're like, this looks fucking stupid. I was in the same boat as you. I was like, maybe I'm just older now. I'm not as dumb. I'm still a huge idiot, but maybe I'm not as stupid as I was when I was 14 or 15 and this came out. But yeah, probably the best comedy sequel since what?
Probably 22 Jump Street. We might be forgetting one, but I think that was probably it. But guys, if you're... now, I'm not saying it's as good or better or worse than any of these movies because it depends on how big a fan you are of the first ones. But if you're a fan of the first Austin Powers and love the second Austin Powers, it's right in line with that.
Definitely.
If you're a fan of the first one, you will like this one. If you're a fan of the first 21 Jump Street, of course you like probably the second one. If you're the fan of the first one, go see this one. You will enjoy it. It's not a letdown. It's not Anchorman. It's not Dumb and Dumber. It doesn't just...
Zoolander,
It's not Zoolander. It's not like, God, why did you make this? Now I feel kind of, weird seeing the first one because I know the second one sucks so bad. So going right into rewatchability or just simply watchability, go see this in the theaters, guys. Seriously, it comes out on 4/20 for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
They planned that well.
Whenever we were coming to the theater, you knew it was a stoner movie because the beer line was shorter than the food line when we went in there.
That's a good point.
Yeah, we were going out. I was like, Jeff, I'll get beer, you get popcorn. And Jeff went to get popcorn first and came back with beer. He's like, dude, the food line's too long because everyone's stoned seeing it. Go get stoned. Go see this movie on 4/20. You will not be disappointed if you're a fan of the first one. Rewatchability, I will definitely watch it again, for sure.
Yeah, I'll say to that, because normally when we get to see these earlier, that we just make it watchability. This is worth your money, man. Get shit-faced with your friends on a Friday night. Go out and have a blast. If you like the first one, this is on par, probably a little bit better, I think, than the original Super Troopers.
I think everyone will think it's better just because I've seen the first one so many times with all my stoner friends that I'm just like, dude, I can rename all these. This just doesn't do anything for me because I've seen all the lines before. But yeah, absolutely. Go see this movie, guys. We give it a thumbs up. We don't give thumbs up or 10 out of 10s or any fucking number scale. Just go fucking see it.
Yeah, we give it a star, thumbs up. Fuck you. Pay your money to see it. You'll like it.
A half Nike swish symbol, too. All right, we've been the Bro4 Squad. Check us out on YouTube, on iTunes. We're also at Twitter, at Bro4Squad, and you can find all of our content at our website, bro4squad.com. Until then, we will see you later.
Who has a fucking landline? Rip it out of the wall.